Okay.
We certainly do challenge you.
Recording. It's recording.
Well, you know,
Awesome.
Ed's
Good
in his car
morning.
today. Good morning, and we're challenging Ed's technology abilities.
Edwin Torres, Miami, right now in Orlando. Vickie Sears at George Dick, Wilmington, North Carolina. Welcome to Saturday morning. What did I call it today?
It's our leadership call. Our leadership
I
call.
called it something else this morning. Something road to millionaire. Well, anyhow, obviously.
Road to president. Road to president.
Well, it was kind of like that lifestyle
sure.
journey or something like that. But anyhow, because it's 4th of July and everything. Anyhow, George, what
Happy
was I gonna
4th
say?
of July.
Yes.
You know, the last 2 weeks.
Road to independence.
Well, yes.
Absolutely. You know, after we did after we did our meeting in Wilmington, our launch from the convention, you know, it gave Vickie and I some time to reflect and decide on our movements, where we're going to go. And honestly, for the last 2 weeks, we have been setting up our business again, getting prepared for our run to President Millionaire. Now, when we were in business ourselves many years ago, it took us several months to open a store. You know, we had a lot to do. You know, we had to prepare the store. We had to prepare our inventory. We had to prepare our books. We had to just have everything organized. So when we opened, we were prepared for the influx of customers. And, you know, I think sometimes people get into this business and they don't think of it as a real business. You know, it's a real income earning business.
Lifestyle changing.
And everybody's dream when they open a business is that, boy, they're going to get this and going, then they're going to open another business and they're going to get that one going, and they're going to have all these managers, and then they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do. And then what happens? It never really comes to fruition. And you start to realize that, you know, unless you have the mindset of a networker, even in business, even in a brick and mortar business, if you don't have the mindset of a networker, okay, you'll always be the person who says, if I don't do it, it won't get done. If I don't do it, I might as well do it myself or it won't get done. You know, you have to have the mind of a networker. And I realized that, you know, we're preparing ourselves to be able to handle people, help people, and just getting everything ready. I'm not going to get into all the things that we prepared, our sites, everything that we're doing. But yeah, I'll let Vickie do that. But I just wanted to say that, you know, that's what we've been doing. And you got to get yourself prepared in business. You got to get your business prepared. You got to be ready for this success.
Today.
Yes, and at least get prepared to get two, you know?
Well, you know, just a real quick note before Vickie gets on, and then I have some all this stuff at the end. On that note, you know, it's like we're on sync. I just wrote something this week. I post on Twitter every once in a while. I'm not a daily Twitter guy, but I posted something on Twitter this week. I'm going to read to you exactly what I said, George. And it's kind of interesting. Here we go. Let me see if I can get my Twitter up here. Boop. Where's my Twitter? Okay. Okay, home. Okay. To profile. Okay, here we go. I did this 1 day ago. It's funny that you said that today about preparing, right? Too many people plan for making a better future instead of focusing on being the best today.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a good one. It all goes back to goals.
I did that a day ago. Where I was, you know, thinking about what we're talking about, because, you know, and the reason I that came to mind, you know, because things come to mind is, you know, we talk about how, you know, maybe training, maybe, you know, organizing some more training. And sometimes, you know, people focus so much on learning. I have an individual this week that I've been talking to, and kind of wants to get on everything, and I come back to that analysis paralysis.
Yes.
And I said, you have to do. Actually, last night on the way up here, I did a quick video, because I do a video for my YouTube channel, and this is my third right now that I've done, and I did it basically on the leadership training that is happening right now. Like I see leadership training in different companies, because I listen to a lot of different blogs and things, and they talk about, okay, let's personal development. Let's get really into that personal development. And really, if you don't have the skin in the game, if you're not willing to make a commitment for what you want, then you're not going to get what you're thinking you're going to get.
Right.
And I think that personal development is a natural progression of your actions and your inactions.
Yeah.
If you talk to people, you're going to get objections, you're going to get rejections, and you're going to get acceptance. It's from those rejections that you learn and you develop in that personal development road.
Yes, your personal development comes from your desire to be successful.
Yeah. So I wanted to add that Twitter, because you talked about that before, and it's like exactly what I was thinking about 2 days ago. Some people are looking at, President Millionaire. Before you get there, let's talk about today here. Right. Go ahead, take it away, Vickie.
Yeah, let's not get confused. And I'm going to steal something that Vickie told me today. I said, can I use that line? I just love it. And we saw on Facebook the other day, we saw somebody write something, and I can't remember what it was about, but basically they said they were complaining about something. They said, it doesn't work. And if it's not working, it is you.
It's not working. The
It's
business
not working.
It's not
It
working.
is you.
It is you. It is you. And
on that note, I'm not going to mention any names. He knows who he is. We were talking about this week. I had a downline text me on private message that his Hilo wasn't charging. He hadn't used it for about 3 weeks, and he had put it on the charger, and it wasn't charging. So I told him, well, I haven't had that situation where someone hasn't used their Hilo for 3 weeks. But nevertheless, I guided him into the right direction, on submitting a ticket and maybe getting a replacement if there was an issue with it. I'm sure they would verify whether it was working or not. Before he replied to that suggestion, I guess he checked it and texted me back. Disregard, I just got it charging.
wasn't
I guess
plugged in.
the terminals were a little dusty.
I was going to say, did it clean off the terminal ends?
I'm thinking, I was cracking up because I'm thinking, that would happen if you don't use something for a few weeks. I don't care what it is you don't use.
It gets dusty.
It gets dusty. It don't work.
Too funny. I can't imagine. I'll tell you, my Hilo, I love it. I don't have, mine's charging this morning, but you can see I have, and I don't go in the sun that much. Right there's where my Hilo goes, right there where that little white line is.
Yep. Before I forget, because I know I'll forget, I went to the chiropractor this week. I was getting some pains in my leg, and I said, you know what, I have to go to a chiropractor. Let me call this guy up, see if he takes, my insurance, and I don't have to pay too much out of pocket. And I called him up. He said, yeah, we cover, you have to pay, $100-something, whatever deductible is, and, we'll take care of the rest. And I said, okay. So I went, I got checked, got x-rays. Oh my God. He showed me some x-rays. I was a little scary. Well, I had an accident before, so I did expect some crazy stuff going on in my spine. Yeah. But the funny thing was that after all is said and done, and it turned out to, after all my research for chiropractor, this guy and me have a person in common we know very well. Okay. So, and I'll leave it at that. It was so funny meeting this guy. But I'm laying down. He's doing my adjustments, and he says to me, "Is that one of those step things that you have on your wrist?" And I said, "Well, no, it does a little bit more than that. It does like blood pressure, EKG, and emotions." I gave him. I just rattled out 4 or 5 things, and he said, "Really? And where do you get that?" I said, "You can't get it. You can only get it from me." And then he said, "Really? Well, can I go to Best Buy?" I said, No. You can only get it from an authorized distributor like me, and which is true. And I said, "And I have a website. I'll give you the information." He goes, "No." So he had another adjustment, and he got done with me as I'm talking to his wife, his girlfriend that's working, the front desk. We're talking, and she's like, "I want one. Do they have them in pink?" Yes, we do.
We do.
It's called a family pack. And so we talked about it, and she said, "Wow, that's really cool." And then he runs over while he's doing the other guy. He writes his email on his business card. He says, "Send me all the information." And I said, "Great." And I'll see him next week, whatever. And then, I was talking to I actually showed her a 2-minute video too while I was there before I left. And she said, "Wow, that's really, really good. Send us the information, So I said, "Great." So the funny thing is, when I left them, I realized something. That, when someone asks you or me or anyone, "Is that a Fitbit? Is that, a step counter?" It's sort of like when you drive up to some party in a Ferrari and like some person comes out and says, "Is that the new Ford or is that the new Chevy?"
Right.
Like, obviously, it's not that they probably are being smart. It's that they don't know. And I thought about something. I was reading something somewhere about technology or something. I don't know where I was reading this, but I read Ferrari, Prada, Versace, Fendi, all synonymous with ultra luxury quality design. And on that same note, we could put Hilo, okay? Because there's a lot that went into this. Antonio De Rosa, he's a very proud guy. I don't know if you notice his post. He's really into what he's doing, and obvious. He's committed to his design, and he's proud of what he does, And I read in this article that, innovators, artists, people that want to bring their stuff to market, to people's attention, not because they want to make money, but because they would just want people to use it. People to see. An artist gets the most pleasure from admiration of the work, not from the money that they made from the work, because most artists become very wealthy after they die anyway. Okay. So, or their families. So here we have, design like Fabio. Fabio wants to bring his ideas to market, and his ideas to market will not be accepted right away. They're early adopter items. They're early adopter items. So here we have, that vision, that ultimate vision on bringing something to market at a very high quality, high grade of design that most people wouldn't understand. And it's up to us. We're actually tasked with that responsibility to bring that reality to people and that information. So all we're doing is we're providing the information. We're providing clarity. Mm-hmm. And in that same breath, we're also providing an opportunity to understand that in that clarity lies a huge opportunity. So, I picked up this stuff from different places this week. And every time I pick up something, I relate it to what we have. And I said, wow, it matches so perfectly with what we have. Because when I read all those Italian names, those Italian designers, I realized this is an Italian design. This is a company that's very proud of its design. And, they're just not going to put out garbage out there, but not everyone would understand their idea of design. You know, it has to be accepted, because by the same token, why would you pay $40,000 for a pocketbook when you can get one for $50 or $30, you know? But it's understanding the design and why that people do. And there is a market for that. There's not a huge market as in the masses with the other stuff, but there's a huge enough market where it does have its place. And here we have something that has its place too. Maybe not in the mass market right now, but we do have it our place too. Okay. And that's all I wrote today. I want to give you guys a chance to give me your feedback. But those are things that I picked up this week that I said I have to bring this. And I wanted this to be a conversation today, because I know that the leadership with Chad and Romacio, it's a very conversational kind of personal experience thing. And I want to kind of take that theme and expand on it with our team, you know.
All this learning.
I think that pretty much for the most part, we do that. And it's what's amazing is that we're here and you're there, and we don't always talk, you know, like we don't talk every single day. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But the fact of the matter is, when we get on these calls on Saturday morning, we're not on the phone saying, "Hey, Ed, what are you going to talk about today?" No, we get on and we're always on the same page.
Yeah.
We're always on the same page.
Yeah, because we're always harvesting something, you know, and we're thinking about how to pass it forward. Because I know when I pick up something, I'm like, wow, that's great. I mean, I'm using this.
Yeah.
I'm using this. Just like I'm using what the guy said, and the real estate guy said on the call a few weeks ago, that he said his company grew sales and there's no bulletproof job. I use that all the time now, you know, because it's just key points that are really helpful in painting the picture.
You know, Ed, I'm sorry. We got to keep on moving forward. We can talk for hours on those things. I mean, for this, you know, for this week, I was thinking about how we were talking. The economy is going up, up, up. Your business is doing great, great, great. Real estate's doing great, great, great. Everybody's doing really good right now, right? So they put their second dream or network marketing, whatever they may have been doing part-time, on the burner, thinking, well, this is going to be great. Listen, it always goes back. You know, Rohn always said, Jim Rohn, it goes up and it goes down. Okay? Business goes up and it goes down. And, you know, don't get trapped into that law of, oh my goodness, this time, you know, you know what I'm saying? This business is going to just go through the roof and everything's going to be great forever, you know? And what I find about network marketing is when things go down, my network marketing check carries me through everything. You know, it doesn't go down. It continues on.
Yeah.
And for 28 years, I've watched all kinds of people do things, and it's been a blessing for us for 28 years, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
So anyway, I want to introduce everybody to the Chief Executive CEO of Building Global Wealth.
I just, first of all, I didn't get to Las Vegas last weekend, but I did get the Disrupt webinar.
Uh-huh.
It is by far the most well-invested money that I have paid to date. It is amazing. I'm wishing that I was there. The content, and I haven't gone, it's 8, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours. 15 hours.
Wow.
So I can't even touch the surface, and I'm not going to talk about that today. But you know what it's moving me towards, which I was before I started listening to that, but it helped me focus what I'm going to do. And you know, people say if you know, find someone that has what you want and do what they do. And so I'm looking at this training with that thought process in mind, because I'm constantly trying to learn. I'm constantly trying to be better, which is, I guess, part of the personal development thing. And, you know, and it's like, you know, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to see, look, wait, is this where I really want to be? That's why I post on Facebook. You know, are you spending the 4th of July in your dream place right now? Because I'll tell you, I'm not. I am not. This is not where I choose to be, where I am in my house this 4th of July. But all I have to do is look in the mirror, and I'm not there because I haven't done what needs to be done yet.
Right.
And and so I put together a plan. I watch the leaders. I see what they're doing and everything. This week, I am putting together a small training website for everyone. All the little files I have on the Facebook group page, it's going to be there for everyone to use. July 12th, I am starting my run for President Millionaire. I'm putting this out there, and I'm looking for someone to run with. So any of you guys out there that want to run with me, get in touch with me. Let's do a game plan. I've also seen what the leaders do when someone says, hey, I want to make a run for Diamond, or I want to make a run for President Millionaire. The whole team, downline, upline, anybody, they go together as a whole team, as a herd of elephants walking through the jungle. Well, they go faster than elephants, but elephants can run pretty fast. But anyhow, they go all together to help this person achieve what they want. In the process, they're getting rewarded too. And,
Absolutely.
And teamwork is so important. So this week, I'm doing that. It's not going to be extravagant. It's just going to be a basic training, a basic how to, what to, everything. I'm going to share it next Saturday. And I'm going to be preparing this week. And the July 12th, Monday, is whenever I start my run for President Millionaire.
If I could just say that you've already started your run.
Well, yes, I have. I have.
But what you're
preparing.
If I could read between the lines there, success is between the lines. And what Vickie's saying is on July 12th, she's going to be mass marketing. And she's going to be immersed in it. And there won't be time for people who are not on the same path. We'll be moving too fast, working too hard to answer customer service problems. And I'm not trying to make that sound mean, but
just be a good planner, and all that's going to be on camera.
But we're moving toward our goal, and we are going to be on that jet.
And that's one of the things that, that's very true. You're going to set what you expect from your run, and you're going to put what you expect to do for your run. And, those are things that us as leaders have to set the expectations. If people want to make X amount of money or X amount of rank, they have to commit X amount of effort.
Jeremy Roma said it real. This is how he plays world. He said it's a checker game. He said, I make a move, then you make a move. I make a move and you make a move. He said, you commit to having a launch call and having 100 people on that call. I show up. There's 5 people on that call. I made my move, but you didn't make yours. And that's his mindset.
Yeah.
And he also tied that in with love. He said, my love is unconditional, but my time is not. And that's why I'm saying these things, because I want to be there for everyone, but I want to be there with people that have the same vision as me. I want to take people with me. I don't want to do it. And anybody could create the volumes to be a President Millionaire with a lot of work, but I want to take people with me.
Yeah. It's going to be
yes, that's why I'm letting everybody know what the intentions are. So come on, let's do this together.
Yeah.
So our final call out really is, if you want to drive this thing, you need to contact us and let us know what your intentions are. And if you don't contact us, then we know what your intentions are.
You know,
right now. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
not right now. And it's okay.
And that's
If
okay.
it's not right now for you, it's okay. We're not mad at you or anything because the timing has to be right in your life.
Yes.
You know, so
and
that's it.
and something that came to mind this week. I was, listening to a lot of the reviews and the trainings in regards to the disrupt, and it just hit me again. I don't know if it hit me before, but not with the impact that it hit me this last week. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you. And I was with Maria actually, and I said, sometimes we get too kind of focused on everything that's happening, and we overlook certain things. And here's what I was telling Maria. I said, this is the focus. This is the focus, and this is the focus that I've been, taking this week. I mean, I've talked to, several people. Actually, there's a couple new people that signed up. They're getting their packs soon. One's from Mexico. One's from Venezuela, Costa Rica. The other one is from Texas, and all of these people, I went back and forth, answered questions, but at the end I said, this is what we do. We send out a 2-minute video and we get a yes, more info, or goodbye. And don't try to change those 3 as you get them. A goodbye is a goodbye. A goodbye is a blessing, because a goodbye is giving you the freedom to go and find the yes and the maybe. Sometimes, and I'm guilty of that too, okay? The goodbye becomes maybe he's a maybe. He just doesn't know it. Or she doesn't know it. Or maybe he's a yes. He just doesn't have enough information. Let me just give him some more. No. We don't have time. Right now, I just saw a post by Paulo. He's at the President Experience over there in Beverly Hills. And he said, now is the time. Is now or never.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is now or never. We're not going to get this opportunity again. No. There's never going to be an Apple stock for $12. Okay? Apple was at 5% of the market. We are at 5% of the market right now. Okay? As far as wearables. Okay? We're at 5%. If we make 10%, that's huge. Well, we're at 5%, and we know that the 3 in front of us are not even at our level. Okay? So it's now or never. We're at, the rockets are off. And, if you don't have your seatbelt on, you're going to fall off the rocket, And I realized that, what the leaders, the president millionaires and all those, they're being very true in that aspect. They're like, check this out. Yeah, this is going to be huge. Oh, goodbye. They just have to go, because we don't have time to kind of harvest those people. That's not in this company at this point. We're at that point of the massive momentum, and we're going to be left behind if we stick around with those people. We're going to be just like them in another 6 months.
Right. I also believe that you should keep them on your list, because right now we're looking for early adopters. And in the future, I had somebody, they wanted the Hilo, then they didn't want the Hilo, now they want to wait for the blood pressure. It's okay. It's okay. I'll let you know. But in the meantime, you're going to be leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because you wanted to wait for something. But that's okay. It's your life. And when I say that, I got to make some disclaimer. It takes a lot of hard work. Not everybody's going to make money in the world, but it's there. If you have the hard work and the perseverance and the focus, determination, you can do it.
Yeah. And I see some of those people that we keep on the list. I've seen it myself, where a year ago, these individuals were just bouncing around, never wanted to engage in what we were doing, what I'm doing. And now they're excited, because they see more and they say, well, it's not what you showed me a year ago. And I say, well, it's not going to be what I show you today in another year either. Okay. So from point that to the next point is going to be a massive change also. So is whether you want to participate in that change and growth also, or just catch up later on, you know. But right now, we have our work cut out. You know, it's understanding that vision, understanding that long term. You know, this is not get rich quick. You just mentioned it. Hard work and dedication and perseverance is required. But we do have a great vehicle, the best vehicle out there that I see. I get pitched on companies all the time, and I'm like, can't even compare. This is a great opportunity. It's a healthy opportunity, actually. You know, it's a healthy.
You just said I really went through this week thinking, and you know, you always have to do a little checkup from the neck up, and I really thought about what's out there. Being an early adopter, when, you know, is this over? You know, I think that there's actually people out there that are thinking, oh my gosh, it's too late. It's already done. They're seeing all these successful people.
Yeah.
And I think back to, you know, and here my thoughts were, you know,
100%.
here's Ed. He's been with the company top, you know, first 10 people in the United States, you know, couple thousand people in his organization. And we haven't even begun.
Haven't even begun. I feel like it's still day one.
And I know that's hard for people to understand, that we're 5%. We're just getting started. The company, most of the people in the company that made all the money, it's been in for 7 or 8 months. You know, we have years to go, years. And we have to prepare ourselves. And that's what we've been doing, getting all the things we just talked about. You know, all the,
exactly.
You know, making sure that we have a place for those people that said no, making sure that we're organized. We are still early adopting.
And that, you know, it goes back to, I said it last week on the call. When you open a store, when you open a business, like you said earlier, you've got to prepare. You don't start a business, you launch your business.
Yep, you launch it.
There's a difference between starting and launching.
But you have to have your business in order.
To launch.
You have to have, you know, the product, the inventory, the salespeople. You got to have everything ready to go. Fortunately for us, our company has all that. All we have to do is be prepared to market it.
There are three things you got to do. Got to know your why. Because if you don't know your why, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Number 2, you create your list.
Yeah.
It's the old-fashioned way, but it's the only way. You don't have any friends? Yes, you do. Facebook, you create your list and you write it down. You don't go to your phone. I have a book that has all of my people in it. Very simple. It's not an exaggerated spreadsheet. I have their names, and then on the right of their name, I put the day I contacted them. On the left of their name, if they're interested, I put a horizontal line, and then I put the date that I followed up, and then when they're in, I put a star. That's it. It can't be any simpler than that. A 2-year-old can do it, because if you can't duplicate this business to a 2-year-old or a 94-year-old, your duplication model is too confusing. So getting back that, why? List. Number 3, actually 4, 2-minute video. You get that 2-minute video. And then number 4, you start with your follow-up, which is launch call, 3-way calls, validations. That's it. You do those things over and over again. You got to remind yourself your why every day until you believe it. Every day. Got to have a dream board. Every day I look at that dream board up there, every single day. Because you've got to do that, because life gets in the way. And there's too many people, things out there that make you doubt yourself and think you can't do it. Think, I can't do it. Look at them. They're so lucky. That's all stinking thinking. And the only way that you can get out of that is to be in the present. Because most of the things we think about are from the past or from the future, but we're living right now. So it's what you do right now, today, this second, because what I said is already in the past. That's what you got to do. You've got to be in the now.
You know, early on when World launched here, they were on this kind of theme. I remember talking to, the top leaders, and there was always this common thread. And, I try to promote that. They did promote it in one of their, summary reports and things like that. And I do have it on one of my presentations that we must stay connected. This company is a very friendly way to build a business because of the way it's set up. But you must stay connected throughout. Okay. And there's a few ways that we stay connected. Okay. Number one, we get connected to the company. Number two, we stay connected to the company through our upline, finding out the latest information, staying on Facebook, staying on webinars, and all these things keep us connected to what's happening. Keep that flow of energy from the top. See, the network is only as good as the energy going through the network. Okay. So the highest network energy of that network, our origin of that energy is at the top. Okay. So that flows down. Okay. So as we're connected through information, webinars that disrupt event and other events that the company will hold along the way, those are all points of staying connected. So are Facebook postings, Facebook readings, YouTube videos. You don't know how many YouTube videos I look at all day. Okay. While I'm not talking to one or a person or a prospect, I'm talking to myself in a form of videos, in a form of YouTube videos, in a form of training through posts, through different postings from other people, leaders, and everyone. Okay. So I'm keeping myself connected. Okay. Sometimes I share things here because I got it through those connections. See, if I wasn't connected, I wouldn't have those tools at my disposal. And all of those connections keep my energy at the optimum level. Okay. So when you hear people say, well, what's going on? That tells you they're not connected. They're connected because they connected one time to the company, but from that point, they switched it off. So when they ask you what's going on, hey, what's happening? Oh, I had a recent inquiry. Oh, is the space station going to be delivered soon? See, and that tells you how disconnected they are from the whole process, from the whole network. So when you hear that, you must be the great electrician and say, okay, this connection is either short-circuited or it needs rewiring. And that rewiring has to be quick, or it's going to shock you and it's going to leave you there as the electrician. So we have to, I tell people, the company gives you everything. Everything's online. Everything's on the website. All the information is there. There's updates there. And there's tons of leaders and people with great information on their Facebook page that you can use and abuse it, because you can use it and abuse it and get the most out of it, So the idea to stay connected, like you're creating, that website so that you can have tools, some things for the team to stay. Another point of staying connected, it all comes down to that connection. The network is only as good as the connection. And the way the world set up this company, if you look at this compensation plan, this system, okay, when you have the connection of your two binary, points, and they have the proper connections. See, leaders who are well connected will connect to leaders who are well connected. And that has already been exposed as a perfect system. Okay. So while we can recruit as much as we want, it's based on those initial or those key connections that if only those two will keep going the way they're connected and they're supposed to, that will continue to be a very optimum connection. So the idea to stay connected, like I tell people, stay connected. I put them on our website, on your team website, and on my group website. I say, look, I always post updates. I always post stuff. Even on my Facebook, I've been posting even more stuff lately, okay? Because I want the people that are connected to stay connected. Maybe they're not going on the group page, but if they're looking at my Facebook page, they'll see that something is happening, and maybe they can go and look some more. But again, they have to be committed to staying connected. If they go out and they get a helo or they get a pack and they don't show up for anything for 3-4 months, you can't expect to open up a McDonald's, not open up the doors and sell 1 million Big Macs. It's not going to happen. Hello, it's not going to happen.
You really explained it perfectly. You said about getting connected, and I'm going to end with what I'm going to say today. Basically, that is exactly what Vickie and I've been doing. Vickie mostly this last week has been putting together, because what our jobs are is to market and build helo. Everything else is done. The inventory, the factory, the management, it's all done. What we are doing is we are putting together the connections for our marketing team. Places where people can stay connected and get information. And that's what we're going to do. And that's where we're moving to. And I'm just going to finish up by saying, yes, you hear us, we're excited. We are excited because we know the success of network marketing, the industry. We know the success of this company. We are not excited because we need to be excited to do the business. That's not our excitement, okay? We're not a balloon that's being pumped up right now, and as soon as this turns off, we're going to deflate and fly around the room like crazy. We are steadily working. We're excited for the success of the company, but I hope I'm explaining that correctly, because there's going to be times when you're not going to be excited, but you must do the steps. You must go in. You must unlock the door. You must fill the register. It's a business is business.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's everything.
And to give you a metaphor to that, okay, the light may not be bright, but it's still lighting.
Right.
And the only reason it's still a dim of light there is because it's still connected.
Yeah. Bring us home.
Hey, I'm done.
We're done too. I want to tell everybody happy 4th of July. Make it a great one, a safe one. Get ready to get back to work. If that's what you want to do, reach out to us. And also, congratulations, world, for the helo being the #1 product in network marketing in the world.
Absolutely. And I know there's a great event going on in Beverly Hills, and I'm sure that there's people on this call that will be at the next event in World Global Network.
Yes.
And on that note, make this Independence Day your independence thinking.
We can talk forever. I mean, it just goes on and on. We're Beverly Hills. Think about we're having a meeting in Beverly Hills. Think about what we're telling you there.
Oh, you look like I think Rabu wrote something about I can't stop her and his wife isn't buying all this stuff. And and it's not the shopping in the boutiques in Beverly Hills. It's the lifestyle. It's the fact they're living their dreams. They worked hard to get there.
Yeah.
They worked hard. And they got there because they had a team that was supporting them. We're here to support you. We have the system. We have, as far as I'm concerned, there is no company out there you're ever going to see that's going to be able to give you what World can.
There's nothing.
There's none.
That's something.
There's absolutely none.
You look around, there's no other company.
So, with that being said, think about where you want to be next 4th of July. I know where I want to be on our lake house next 4th of July. And it's going to be
yes.
too. We are world changers.
Great call. Enjoy your 4th of July, everyone. And we'll see this call on the recording. Thank you, guys.
I said hi.
I will. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye now.